List of music genres and styles. This is a list of music genres and styles. Music can be described in terms of many genres and styles. Classifications are often arbitrary, and may be disputed, and closely related forms often overlap. Larger genres and styles comprise more specific subcategories. Quote. Unquote. Popular music is music with wide appeal that is typically distributed to large audiences. With over 300 types of music across the world, pop music takes the top spot, followed by rock, rap and hip-hop, blues and R&B. I won't be including samples of the music in the videos, for copyright reasons. I hope you enjoy the article. Please excuse any mispronunciations by TTS. The English TTS has trouble with non-English words. But, if you watch Zentreya, you should be fine. Alternative country, commonly abbreviated to alt country, also known as alternative country rock, insurgent country, Americana, or Y alternative, is a loosely defined subgenre of country music or country rock, that includes acts that differ significantly in style from mainstream country music, mainstream country rock, and country pop. Alternative country artists are often influenced by alternative rock. Most frequently, the term has been used to describe certain country music, and country rock bands, and artists that are also defined as, or have incorporated influences from alternative rock, indie rock, punk rock, heartland rock, southern rock, progressive country, outlaw country, neo-traditional country, Texas country, red dirt, roots rock, indie folk, folk rock, rockabilly, bluegrass, and honky-tonk. Definitions, and characteristics. In the 1990s, the term alternative country, paralleling alternative rock, began to be used to describe a diverse group of musicians and singers operating outside the traditions and industry of mainstream country music. Many eschewed the increasingly polished production values and pop sensibilities of the Nashville-dominated industry for a more lo-fi sound, frequently infused with a strong punk and rock and roll aesthetic. Lyrics may be bleak or socially aware, but also more heartfelt, and less likely to use the clichés sometimes used by mainstream country musicians. In other respects, the musical styles of artists that fall within this genre often have little in common, ranging from traditional American folk music and bluegrass, through rockabilly and honky-tonk, to music that is indistinguishable from mainstream rock or country. This already broad labeling has been further confused by alternative country artists disavowing the movement, mainstream artists declaring they are part of it, and retroactive claims that past, or veteran musicians are alternative country. No Depression, the best-known magazine dedicated to the genre, declared that it covered alternative country music, whatever that is. History. Alternative country drew on traditional American country music, the music of working people, preserved and celebrated by practitioners such as Woody Guthrie, Hank Williams, and the Carter family, often cited as major influences. Another major influence was country rock, the result of fusing country music with a rock and roll sound. The third factor was punk rock, which supplied an energy and DIY attitude. Attempts to combine punk and country had been pioneered by a number of bands prior to 1990, including Nashville's Jason and the Scorchers, San Francisco's American Music Club, and the Minneapolis-based band the Jayhawks, along with the 1980s Southern Californian cowpunk scene with bands such as the Long Riders and X. However, the alt country label did not gain popularity among music journalists until the release of Uncle Tupelo's 1990 LP No Depression, which has been credited as being the first alt country album. It is also the namesake of the online notice board and eventually magazine that underpinned the movement. They released 3 more influential albums, signing to a major label, before they broke up in 1994, with members and figures associated with them going on to form 3 major bands in the genre, Wilco, Sun Volt, and Bottle Rockets. Bottle Rockets signed, along with acts like Freakwater, Old 97s and Robbie Fuchs, to the Chicago-based indie label, Bloodshot, who pioneered a version of the genre under the name Insurgent Country. The bands Blue Mountain, Whiskeytown, Blood Oranges, and Drive-By Truckers further developed this tradition before most began to move more in the direction of rock music in the 2000s.